Bangalore.
Okay.
I work in Samsung actually.
Okay.
So I work in basically this video codec domain and development. So in our thing, we are mostly working in computers only, processing signals and all, and we are currently working on automation,
Okay.
like reducing the manual effort and all. So I would like to know in this you were mentioning certain technologies like X-rays, PET, MET.
Yes.
So any, yeah, correct. This automation, any work is happening? Because currently, as you know, we need manual effort. Suppose if you take X-ray or if you do a scanning,
Yeah.
you need a manual effort for analyzing the data and then getting.
Yeah.
So the patients, they have to wait for some 1 hour or 2 hours, something like that. So if there's some work going on there, then 2 hours waiting time can be reduced.
Actually, waiting time is because of there are so many patients. Otherwise, at the machine level, I don't think there is any waiting time. Once the patient is on the machine, then the machine does all the work.
Yeah, that's
so
correct.
automation.
I'm telling getting the result. Suppose if you take a blood test,
Yeah.
you need to wait for say at least 2 hours or 3 hours like that. So
Okay.
blood test and getting the result.
For blood test,
yeah.
actually we can't depend on automation because the computer cannot detect certain things which human eye. Normally blood test, what we do, we doctors or these technicians, they perform these blood tests with their own latest manual kind of a thing because they are more experienced. This experience.
I perfectly agree with you, madam.
Yeah.
Doctors will do manually everything, but once you get the data, the data is processed in the computer.
What kind of data are you talking? Because there is so much. We can say that every cell performs differently.
Yes.
Okay. There are certain things which we can depend on human sequence. There are certain things, but not all problems can be detected by this. There needs to be, because every cell behaves in a different manner. You must have seen, like two patients are not same for same disease.
Yes. No, what I am concerned is like there is some software that the operators will be operating for processing the data. So currently the operators, the engineer or scientist or whoever it is, they have to work on that particular software. They have to use the software for processing the data and generate the report, which is a manual effort. Although you use computers for it, but if that can be automated, or if there is any research or scope in going in that way, which is the future of medical, it will be really good.
I don't think in India it is going on because
India is not going on. I think the world also is not there. If something is, I'm just curious to know whether something similar is happening or not. Because work is happening. Because if you see in the domain which I am working, from 5 or 6 years back, the technology which we are using is entirely different than now. Because we hardly had any tool to analyze video. Now then one company came up with tool, and we in Samsung, we are developing automated analyzer itself. You don't even need manual analysis, so that within 2 or 3 minutes you can find the issues reported from the customer. So similar that it is incorporated in medical science to be very good actually. So you can reduce the amount of patients and turnaround time can be very reduced.
But I can say, like, I'm not so expert in this medical community. I do not belong to that field, but I can say